Got it.
Hello, Wordle golfers. This is the end of round 3, and we're talking to the 2 people who brought us into sudden death, Kris Tober and Carol Kelly. Welcome, you guys.
Hola.
Welcome. Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
I don't see any blood or black eyes.
I'm a little crushed. You know. Kris really she beat me up on that one.
Okay, so we had 2 rounds of sudden death. The first one, you guys tied on the word, what was it? Voice, right?
Voice.
You both got 4s?
Yep.
Force? Was that what it was?
Voice.
Yeah.
Voice.
V-O-I-C.
And then,
I don't even-
Kris won on the word STEAD with a 4 or 5?
4. You got 4 and I got a 5. Or did I?
No, I think it was 5 and 6. We don't even know.
Yes, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was long because I had to do, steak and steam and.
Oh, yeah. Because this was the one from today, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's you. So you got a 6.
And I got 6. That's what I was thinking. I got 6. You got 5.
Yep.
But what was the one right before, Steve? Did you say it was?
Voice.
Voice instead.
Oh yeah, this one. How quickly we forget.
I know.
Oh.
So anyway, everybody thought that our first round winner, Catherine, was going to sweep this thing.
Absolutely.
Sandbagger.
And then she came in a couple 7s at the everybody. But we didn't know they were going to happen to Catherine.
Oh, I'm sure it happened to Catherine.
Yeah.
So anyway, our second round winner, Kris, is also our third round winner. So congratulations.
Thank you. Awesome.
So I'm having some mic issues here. Sorry, this is like real time tech support. But
It's live, right, Steve?
yeah, so Carol, we haven't met you yet. We met Kris. Kris, you work at the Weather Vane and you train dogs.
Right. And teach.
You teach dogs and you teach dog training and agility, right?
Right. Teach people. Right.
Okay. And then Carol, what about you?
What about me?
What's your what's your story? Where do you live?
Portsmouth. Live in Portsmouth, and I am I was a production jeweler for many, many, many years. I'm sort of semi-retired right now, and I also do a lot with dogs, a lot of agility. I know Kris. Actually, I met Kris a long time ago doing obedience with dogs, but then in the last few years, we've gotten very involved with agility. So that's how I know Kris.
Okay. I'm going to try to call up pictures of your dogs here. So let's start with Carol's dog. Is this, oh, you got to share the screen.
Cool.
Boom. No, not Boom. Okay, Boom. Can you see him?
No. Oh,
Yes.
there's that's my newest baby. He's 2 years old.
What's his name?
Purchase. He's my little Papillon, and he had a good day. He had 2 good days this week. He kind of cleaned up.
Oh, you got a few ribbons there, huh?
Look at that
Yeah.
ribbon in the middle.
Isn't that cool? That was the ISC ribbon for the ISC.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was the 8-inch, which is the small dog division. 8
Yeah,
inch.
what are these-
champ.
for those who don't know, what do these dogs do? What are all these ribbons for?
Well, this is agility, and most people know agility because it has the weave poles and the A-frames and the dog walks, and you go out. Pardon me?
Tunnels, right?
Tunnels, yeah. And you train your dogs to do all these different things, and then you go to a competition and you walk the course, and there's a course set up, and you have 8 minutes to walk the course and learn it, and then you go back and you get your little buddy, whoever it is, or your big buddy in Kris's case, and you then go out and you run that course with your dog.
So for the uninitiated, it's like jumping hurdles, then you'll fly, the dog will fly over to a tunnel, then they'll fly over to something that looks like a seesaw, then the weave poles, I think people know what those are.
Yeah.
And even though like you've got to direct the dog, because the dog may be headed for the next thing, but the referees want you to turn the dog around and go a different direction, right? So it's definite collaboration between the handler and the dog.
Yep.
But did you get a bunch of ribbons or just the dog?
Did I what?
Did you get a bunch of ribbons or just get the ribbons?
Just purchase.
Okay. All
There
right.
you go.
Let's take a look at Chris's
Let's
dog.
see what you
One of-
find.
One of them. I gotta hit share, I think. I just got this off of Facebook. Do we? Is
There
this
we
it?
go. Yes. So that's my youngest. That's Grizzly Bear. He's 2 years old. He's a dock diving dog. So for those that don't know, he runs a 40-foot long dock and jumps into a pool. And
Wow.
the competition is to see how long he can jump, how
And
far
how-
out he can jump.
How far out does he get?
So his best score is about 18 feet 6 inches.
Oh my goodness.
So that's like half a way of the competitive dogs in the United States. So there's dogs that jump out at 28 and 29 feet.
Oh my goodness. Incredible. So
So-
you teach that as well as compete in that.
No, I don't teach it. I just compete in it. It's sort of a
Okay.
natural. You start with a dog that just loves the water, which is what he does. He loves to swim and loves to chase a toy. And
Yeah.
then it just is natural from there. But he's in agility training. He's not competing yet. And he's learning to track a human scent.
Oh wow. Wow. He's a good looking animal as a
No, you were doing tracking with him, Kris. Did you
Yeah.
just?
Yeah, we just started that.
Oh, cool.
So
Uh,
I don't have any pets, but my neighbor does, and I live in a convex situation. So I consider this my dog. Oh, I got to share.
It's a shared dog.
Share the screen and get him on here. This is Rozzy.
Oh,
I've
beautiful.
met
Very, very loving. And he's got his Pride unicorn out, and he's bummed out the Pride month is over. A lot of people think, I hope my neighbor doesn't hear this, but a lot of people think he's a girl. He's got a lot of feminine energy. So we say he's
He's got-
non-binary.
He's got kind of a female head. That's why I've met him
It's
before.
very sweet. Very,
So,
very sweet.
yeah, he's very, very sweet guy, and he loves Steve.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well-
You're like a grandparent. You go over to the grandparents' house and you're naughty.
So
Get all
his
Of bad
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
only trick he does is chase the tennis ball, but very fast. So anyway, back to Wordle. Just a few quick questions. Do you have a favorite starting word, Carol?
Not a favorite one. I have like a list that I kind of compiled of words that seem to work for me. And I tend to use those, but sometimes, because first thing in the morning, I always take the dogs for a big walk. And sometimes I'll be walking the dogs and I'll be looking around at signs or, street signs, whatever, and I'll come up with a word and I'll just for fun use that. Like the
Yeah.
other day, I watched that documentary. Is it Fantastic Fungi or
Yeah.
whatever? So I put that word in, fungi or fungi or whatever. It actually worked really, really well. I mean, it was like a fluke. But so sometimes I'll do that. But other than that, typically I kind of stick to my list and use the words that have a lot of vowels in them and some
Mhm.
nice steady consonants.
Okay. And Kris, what do you use for first word or a first word strategy?
I use basically the same word all the time. And sometimes I get into a streak where I get zip not a zero. I don't like that. But oftentimes, as I said the last interview, I will have a second word that doesn't contain any of the first word's letters. And so that's why I get a lot of 3s and 4s, but I do end up often with 4 or 5 letters.
Yeah.
Some in the right spot, some not. So that's my strategy.
What's your favorite first word, if you care to disclose it?
Sure, it's ocean.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one before.
Ooh, I have never thought of ocean before. That's
So-
a good one.
I just did a quick look at the grid before this call, and it looks like, Carol, you only got 1 6, and that was the word droll, DROLL.
Oh,
That-
that was a bitch. I hated
That
that.
was a bitch.
That was really
And
hard.
Kris, you got a 6.
Oh, yeah.
You got
What
1
was your-
6 on the word smite.
No, 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 I'll tell you later.
So Kris, you got a 6 on the word smite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But both of you just got 1 6. It's amazing. Before we wrap it up, just one tip for the Wordle players. What's one sort of success tip, Carol, that helps you do really well?
Well, I am a very visual person, so it really helps me, and I brought it here. I play like, remember, I don't know if you played Hangman when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I always write it down. I make the 5 little
Yeah.
spaces, and then I fill in the letters as I get them, and I write below, the spaces, the letters that can't go in there. And then I put up above the letters that I can't use, and down below. I know it's all down below on your screen, but it really helps me to write it out. And then from there, I'll just start penciling in letters, and just,
Wow.
I have to see it. I have
Yeah.
to see it. And it really helps me. Sometimes I write it down and I've got the word and and I don't even realize it. I'm not a great speller. I'm not a great reader. I don't read a lot. So for me, it can be very challenging at times, but that's the only way I can do it. I really have to have pencil and paper. I don't know if that helps anybody else, but that's how I do it.
And Kris, you swear off pencil and paper, right?
Yes, unless I get really stuck. And then that's what I call cheating, is I'll start writing it just like Carol does. I do 5 little dashes and put the letters in. A lot of times I like to just type in the letters in an order in Wordle so I can see it, because I am visual as well. And the other advice is to sometimes just take a deep breath and go slow, because you make emotional decisions.
Yes. Well, I think that's why I do better on days that we're not golfing, because I'm less stressed about the whole thing. And I second guess myself when we're actually playing. But when you say you type the letters in so you can see it, you mean like before you hit enter, you kind of
Yep.
like look at them that way?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to start this up in a couple more days. I'll throw out a message to folks, and I'll put a post on our link. Any final thoughts, Carol?
Any final thoughts? We'll just keep it fun. Don't get stressed about it. Have a really good time. I really like it. I love the golf game because it's a place to kind of keep record of what's going on. And I've really enjoyed it. And I thank you, Steve, for putting the time in and getting it together. So, and I do have a person who I want to add on. So
Bill, right?
it continued. Yeah. Bill Young wants to come on. He's been playing it a long time. I see him every week. And I asked him the other day and he's psyched to come on board. So we'll add him.
Good.
Any final
Bring in
thoughts,
the
Kris?
competition.
Any final thoughts, Kris?
No, just it's a ton of fun. And again, thank you, Steve, for coordinating everything.
Happy
Appreciate
to. Happy to. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for being awesome and raising the bar. And we'll see you in round 4.
Okay.
Sounds wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.